come out here and commemorate those who've fallen in service to our nation. As we get started today, we're going to have the Taft Choir sing the Star Spangled Banner, so if you could please stand.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous sky o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran there, the bombs bursting in, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Appreciate it very much, guys. Wonderful. Before we get started, I wanted to know if there are any Gold Star families here today. Anyone who's lost any members in the service? Okay. You know, there's a number of people here that help make today possible, and it wouldn't happen without them. Number one is Dan Niehaus. Dan, where you at, Dan? There he is. Thank you, Dan, for really organizing this and helping us put this on. I think it's a very special Memorial Day service. I know it's not a parade, I know it's not a festival, but I think it honors the tradition of Memorial Day, which is a day of remembrance and should be a little more solemn. So thank you for putting this on. I also want to thank the ROTC for all their help that they always do. I know the Scout Troop 63 and 64 are here today. They've been helpful with this as well. I want to thank the VFW Auxiliary. I want to thank the veterans from Lago Vista are here, the American Legion and all their help. So I just want to make sure I reach out to that. I also want to thank Lou Wold. He's our chaplain here today from the police department, from the city of Lockport. Also want to thank Laughs. I mean, they're the ones that help identify a lot of these grave markers and remind us where the veterans are here today. So, which will be important later as we go out to the cemetery. You know, in May of 1868, General John Logan, he was a veteran of the Civil War, he declared this day through General Order Number 11. It says this: May 30th, 1868 is designated for the purpose of strewing with flowers or otherwise decorating the graves of comrades who died in defense of their country during the late rebellion, and whose bodies now lie in almost every city, village, hamlet, churchyard in the land. Now, General Logan, he called it Decoration Day, and he was hoping that the Commander-in-Chief would one day memorialize it as a national holiday, and Andrew Johnson did just that. President Johnson turned it into Memorial Day, and it's been celebrated at the last Monday of this month since then. And of course, we don't celebrate it as just a day for those who died in our Civil War, but for all the wars, all the men and women who gave their lives in service to our country. It's right for us to remember them. They say that you die twice in this world. Once when you die physically, and the second time is the last time somebody ever says your name before you're forgotten to history. But today, our veterans who are passed on and who died in wars and are here in this graveyard will not be forgotten today, because we'll go out today and look at their stones and remember them and be thankful for all that they do and did for us, and enable us to be able to live in this wonderful community and to be able to raise our families in this greatest country. So we thank all that. Lou, he's like the mayor to me. So, Lou, come on over here. He's going to open us up in an invocation.
I would ask you, if you would, if you'd bow your head in reverence and prayer. Heavenly Father, the God of our fathers of our nation, you are almighty. Hand has secured our liberty and blessed us. On this day we come with gratitude for the freedom we have in our country. Help us to remember that our freedom wasn't free. Remind us to treasure our many blessings, knowing they are ours because of the courage of heroes who have served from the founding of our country. Men and women who are remembered and honored for those who have given their lives. We are forever indebted to those who have given their lives for our freedom. We take time to honor the courage and sacrifices made by all generations. We ask for your comfort and
without bravery, and those we honor today were brave when it counted the most. Amid the war-torn decades that we've endured, we cannot take great pride in those heroes, these service members who believed that they were just doing their duty. They had strength when the situation demanded it, determination when everything else felt lost, and devotion, courage, and patriotism when others looked to them for guidance. No one ordered them to participate in the most basic of human ideas. They did this because they were Americans and because they live in a nation worth defending. Generation after generation, our nation has been lucky enough to have service members who continue to believe that freedom is worth fighting for, if necessary, dying for. In ceremonies across America and around the world today, people will pause to spread flowers on the graves of those lost in war. But today, Memorial Day, isn't about the number killed. It's not about the sorrow we feel at their loss, and it's not about mourning. What it is about was best expressed by General George S. Patton back in 1944 at a military ceremony in France. Looking out across the field with rows of crosses marking the graves of men who just days before were part of his army. Patton said, "It is foolish and wrong to mourn the men who died. Rather, we should be thank God that such men live." And that is what is very special today about to be thankful that such brave service members have lived, and to pay tribute to those heroic patriots who bravely rose up and fought for something greater than themselves, protecting a home and family to which they never returned. They sacrificed everything for the noblest of causes, and it is up to you and me to carry their memories forward in an effort to repay the debt they can never truly be repaid. Flowers, memorials, and flags at half-mast, and the sad note of taps, as meaningful as they are not enough. What is really meant to, what we really must do to honor their sacrifice is to live what they died for. Live the America that they died for, the country of freedom, equality, opportunity, and the unlimited promise. Live full with hope that they give us will last forever, and that freedom and opportunity will find all who seek it. Live to preserve their legacy, educate all who believe Memorial Day is just another holiday, and pass along our knowledge to the next generation so they may do the same. We must ensure that the youth of tomorrow understand the true cost of freedom. In meeting here today, we do more than just carry on the tradition dating back to 1866, when the first formal Memorial Day observation was conducted. In Meeting here, we go beyond tradition, beyond remembrance, beyond memorial. Today, we work together to make this the country we died for, building a better nation each and every day. They gave up their todays for our tomorrows, and now we must carry their message of dedication and determination to the generation in uniform today and to the generations who will serve tomorrow, because there is no greater way to honor the memory of those who have sacrificed it. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Petty Officer McLeod. I appreciate those thoughtful words and the time you took to put that together for us here today. Next, we would like to have the VFW Auxiliary. They're going to do a presentation of a wreath here at our memorial for all veterans of all wars. And now we'll have a rifle salute and taps by the American Legion and Veterans of Foreign Affairs. And our bugler today is Lieutenant Colonel Carmichael. He's hidden somewhere. There he is in the back. So. And the Taft Choir is here to sing God Bless America.
Hi everyone. We're going to sing this 2 times through. On the first time, we're going to sing it on our own, and on the second time, we ask it, hopefully you guys, even if you're not singers, that you'll join with us. So, God bless America.
God bless America. Land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, wide and far. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Decoration Day actually originally started in the South for Confederate soldiers. Grieving widows and family members went out to the graveyards where their loved ones gave their life in the rebellion. And it was General Logan who was moved by what the South did for their soldiers to do it up here in the North, and obviously for the whole country. But it wasn't done, through big ceremonies. It was just people who grieved, and they went out to the graveyard and put the flowers and the decorations on the gravestones. Here at this cemetery, we actually are quite honored to have veterans that go not just in World War I and World War II and Korea, Vietnam, but all the way back to the Revolution. So today, please, let's honor that tradition. There is a box up here with flags. We'll bring it up here to the table. Take a flag, take a few, walk through the cemetery. You'll see all the tombstones that have a flag or veterans, not necessarily who perished in their wars, but who were veterans. And I think for today, it's right and good for us to honor all those who served and are here today in this cemetery. It's good for us to remember them, and again, to not let their names vanish into history, but to keep it alive by saying thank you for the sacrifice they've given us. So again, folks, thank you for coming out to today's ceremony. It's much appreciated, and it's good and right. And I'm glad that my kids are here today so that they too can learn. We're only ever a generation away from forgetting anything that's in our culture. So unless we as parents pass it on, it'll be forgotten forever. So thank you, parents, for teaching your children and passing that on. So that concludes today's ceremony, and thank you all for your participation and for coming out today. We're blessed with weather. It was terrible last year, but today was very nice, so we're very grateful for that. So everyone, thank you for being here, and God bless.